I'm going to show you the steps you need to go through to find your own niche market with real profit potential. Here's the process in a nutshell. First, we start with a broad interest, something you know something about or something that you're passionate about. Within that interest, focus on one area. Within that area, find as many ways as possible of expressing the common problems. Sort all the different searches being done according to the problem that needs to be solved. Then, look at each problem and see if it's possible to sort it into even more specific problems. And you can see here we've got a tree. Well, it's out here at the small branches that you'll find potential for real growth. Step 1 is to look at your passions, interests, skills, and experience. First, take a look at your own interests, because if you want to build a business, you'll do best if it's based on something you love, or at least something that will sustain your interest. Brainstorm what you know a lot about, or what you're good at, and come up with 5 interests. If you're having trouble, ask yourself these questions, or ask somebody who knows you. What type of problems are you good at solving? What are you able to advise other people on? What do you love doing? What would you be doing right now if you could? What problems have you overcome or learned from? And what would you like to learn more about? Here's an example of a list of broad interests: baking, dogs, cats, sailing, and golf. Next, you're going to select one of those interests and find an area within it to explore. Let's use dogs. To do this, you're going to look at the searches people are actually doing in your broad field of interest. And out of all those searches, you'll choose a couple of areas you'd like to concentrate on. So how do I find out what dog-type problems people are trying to solve? Well, to start, we're going to use the free Google AdWords keyword tool, which is a great tool for brainstorming. I enter a couple of words, and it gives me actual searches that include those words. So the words I will enter will be how and dog. And how is the secret here? Remember, I want to find problems that people are trying to solve. If I just enter dogs, I get searches like these, and I can't see from these searches what problems people are trying to solve. Things like dog info, dog world, 800 dogs, dog game, and family dogs. Those keyword phrases don't tell me anything useful about the intentions of the searcher. I don't know exactly what these searchers are after. But if I enter how plus dog, I'll get results from search phrases like how to or how do I. In other words, problems that indicate a need to take action. So let's look at the difference here. How to become a dog trainer, how to build a dog kennel, how to train a dog on a treadmill, how to make homemade dog treats. In these ones, the intention of the searcher is perfectly clear. They have clearly stated what their problem is. And you can do the same thing with what dog, when dog, or even why dog, and it'll bring up other good problem statements. Let's go back to our how dog list. We've got a good survey here of common questions people ask about dogs when they search online. I'm going to eyeball that list and see if there's some areas that come up over and over again, areas that I'd be interested in. Lots of questions about caring for a dog. Some people want to know about feeding their dog or even making dog food. And a lot are wondering about how to choose the right dog. And I see that training comes up all the time. So any of these, caring, feeding, choosing, or training, all appeal to me. Right now, I'm going to narrow my focus down to dog training. It's something I know a bit about, and I see a lot of different possibilities in that area. I'm going to go through the whole process with that one and then go through it again for the others. You only want to look at one area at a time. Now, this doesn't mean that I have a niche yet. Once again, this area isn't focused enough to build a business on. The competition is fierce with millions of results for the phrase dog training. And I still don't know the intention of someone who types in dog training. Is it to train a dog to do something or to stop doing something? Maybe they want to become a dog trainer or train show dogs. What are the specific problems in that area? And I saw a few with the Google keyword tool, but I need more than that. I'll have to dig deeper to find out, and to do that I want to find keywords that are relevant to dog training. In this step, I'm going to look for all the different ways to say dog training, because that's another huge factor in doing business on the internet. There are so many ways of saying the same thing. So I'm going to find different ways of stating my interest word and my action word. For my interest word, I'll use dog, puppy, canine, and doggy. For my action words, I'll use synonyms for training. Things like teach, commands, obedience, learn, and school. I'll use different forms of those words like training, untrained, trainer, and trains. I'll use words with the same intent like stop dog or prevent dog. I'll look at other specific words in my training cluster, words for different things you train your dog for, like agility, barking, behavior, tricks, and herding. And in no time, I'll have a huge list of problems that people are searching for online. I combine my interest words and my action words, and I enter them into my keyword analysis tool. Any of those will return a huge list of highly focused searches for specific kinds of dog training, including statistics. So how do all the new combinations work with our tree? Well, let's take a look. Now, as you can see, there are plenty of options that come from this long list. There's also some topics that come up more than once. To make any sense out of it and to help me discover that useful niche market, I'm going to need to sort it. Join me in the next video where we'll learn about clustering and finally discover that elusive and powerful niche market.